Hi everyone, welcome back to Mystic Raven Tarot. I haven't been posting up videos on here because I've been busy as shit. Um, but for those of you that are just subscribed to me on YouTube and don't follow me on Instagram or anything, you probably have been noticing that my podcast has been getting uploaded mostly and no reading videos. So we did launch the Mystical Emergence podcast, me and my really good friend, and it's really incredible. If you haven't checked it out yet, we're trying to upload all the episodes up on YouTube as well, but we are also on Spotify, Apple, Spreaker, almost wherever you listen to podcasts. So it's really awesome. We have great guests on that we interview. It ranges everything from spirituality, magic, occult practices, all the way over to health and wellness. So we cover all kinds of topics, and it's really, really amazing. So now this is going to be the reading the pick-a-card reading that I did on Instagram that I posted up, and I'm going to put in a still shot, so if you guys want to, if you guys don't follow me there, you can, pick a pile. I'm going to go ahead and read. This is going to be for what you can expect Saturn turning direct for you will bring. So those of you that picked the first pile, the Palo Santo, this is going to be your reading. I have not looked at these yet, so. All right, so the first card is from my Shaman Oracle, and we got Grounding. The Santa Muerte Tarot, and that is the World. The Rider Waite, we got Strength. And from my personal animal totem oracle that was made for me is Ancestors. All right, so let's see what the message is. This is actually seems like it's all connecting here. Okay. Well, so the first thing that I'm hearing on this is that this time period where Saturn has been retrograde has been bringing up areas where maybe you thought you were strong in that area, but it made you question it, and you realized where maybe there were some weaknesses going on, and it would have stopped you from moving forward if Saturn didn't bring this to your attention, basically. So it's really since April, because Saturn retrograded in the middle of April, I believe, and he does every year, so this isn't something to get all crazy about. It's always for our highest good. But during this time period, it really seems like you guys have been trying to, what am I looking for here? I want to keep saying fill voids or something, but it's really, what I'm seeing is it's holes in the plan, or holes in where you think you had steady ground. It's it really showed you where there was some holes in there. And so what happened was, energetically, there was pressure being applied to you so that you could really that you could apply, I don't want to call them band-aids, but it's what I'm seeing, it's you're putting stuff over these holes. It's like cement though. So it's you're putting cement over these holes and putting bricks in these holes so that you have a firm foundation to stand on. Now, the World card itself is associated with Saturn, and a lot of people, even myself, when I first started getting in astrology and the tarot, I was always how can the World, which is a great card, right, be tied to Saturn, which I don't really like that much. But really what happens is when you do the hard work, Saturn will gift you with something. So basically what I'm hearing is that while you guys were going inward, it's even what I'm hearing on this Grounding card, which is about it is about connecting to the earth and getting center, but that's really what the pressure was applied to you for. So during this time period, I'm really hearing that a lot of you guys either got in touch with your ancestors, that's why this card's here, or even not taking it so much as blood relative, but ancestor spirits in the forest, that kind. You guys really grounded and honed in on that. And now that Saturn is about to move direct, you guys can expect blessings in whatever area of life it is that you put in the most work. If it was in your finances, expect to now start reaping benefits of that. If it was in your relationships, expect to start reaping benefits of that. What I'm hearing for those of you that picked this pile, most of y'all, it's actually been about your inner spirituality. Who you are spiritually, where you're going spiritually, how you're going to integrate the spirit realm into your life and project that forward so that you can, I want to say get what you want out of life, but it's really about how you can mold the world around you to match what it is you want. And that's going to start happening now. Whatever tools you learned spiritually are going during the retrograde are all going to like start coming into fruition now, and you're going to see exactly how those work. I almost see that it's like when you try to manifest something, like say you picked up candle magic or something during the retrograde, when you moving forward now, when you actually execute that, you can expect to reap rewards for it, so that you can actually see how it does work. Even if you're someone that doesn't do magical practices like that, if you're someone that's just like, I gotta change the way I think about shit in life, and you're gonna start seeing the rewards of that now. Okay? Perfect. So the next pile, those of you that chose the Sage bundle, I have changes. Changes. Ace of Wands, the Devil, which is the Capricorn card, also ruled by Saturn. And the animal oracle is the otter. Very nice. Okay, so let's see what the message is here. It's interesting how in the first pile we had a Saturn card, in the second pile we still technically have one. And Saturn actually is in Capricorn, so. Okay, so actually what I'm hearing for this is that whoever it was that picked the second pile, your retrograde was really about dualities in your life. Ones that are tied to the masculine and feminine, the divine masculine and divine feminine. Being able to really balance the two and understand where you have an excess of masculine or where you have an excess of feminine energy, and really learn how to bring those into balance in order to reproduce in life properly. And it's interesting too, because even though I have this set up, like otter medicine is very feminine, and it's about tapping into your divine feminine and learning how to use that, and even about coming together with others in collaboration to express the divine feminine. And then you have this, I could almost call the Cancer, and this Capricorn. This is Capricorn. You have the two polarities here, and what we're dealing with right now is the South Node in Capricorn and the North Node in Cancer. And it's this exact thing where we are Saturn being conjunct the South Node in Capricorn. It's like basically saying with Pluto, the way y'all have always done it needs to completely be eradicated, and you need to go towards the mother now, the matriarchy. And this is exactly what's coming out in these cards. What you can really, those of you that really worked on finding this balance and learning how to channel in both of those energies equally, because what we tend to do is when we are overdriven in the masculine, we will swing the pendulum the complete opposite way and go overly feminine, and then swing. We want to find the balance between the two, because you need both. We are male and female in one. So please remember, God is male and female in one. We are a reflection of that. Everybody has both. And it just depends on the person of what is going to express more. And actually, Keone talked about this a lot in my podcast, The Spiritual Spiral. If you don't want to listen to any of my podcasts that I post up on here, at least listen to that one. The amount of information in there, especially y'all that picked this pile, is really, really intense, and it's really amazing, and it ties into this. So what this is going to bring about, and like those of you that have actually went in and done this work, changes. There's going to be a lot of changes that come now, and it's going to be changes surrounding I want to almost to say it's like new beginnings. Like there's a lot of new beginnings that are going to start up and that are going to be put in motion and put into play. It's like I can see it's like one thing popping up after another. It's like the things that you actually went in, did the work, did that nodal switch, right? From the south node to the north node, from patriarchy to matriarchy, from masculine to feminine. The things, the seeds that you planted, what you've sown, you're going to reap now, and there's going to be a lot of new beginnings, new changes, new. For a lot of you, this was very like identity oriented, so things that are around your job, career, home life, things like that, like how you identify yourself. So like identifying yourself to the public is going to be your job and career. Self-identity is going to be like your home life, your relationships, things like that. So I would expect to see a lot of new beginnings, a lot of positive changes now coming. It's like things that were holding you back in the past, things that you falsely were tied to, things that ideas, limiting beliefs. It's like I see like you finally removing that chain off your neck, old limiting thoughts and belief systems. That's what this really was. It's like you guys went through and had to like look over the old outdated systems that you're plugged into and start pulling those out. And it was like painful, right? Because then you have to get a new reality, but that's going to manifest now. And it's like those old ways, those old outdated ways of thinking that were brought to your attention are finally going to be alleviated, and you're going to move on from it and move past it now and begin to start fresh. And you're going to see immediately, it's almost like I'm hearing like the new mindsets that you brought in, you're going to see reward when you actually execute them. So if you had like a limiting belief system about money that you reworked and now you have a new view on money, you're going to be rewarded by that every time you execute that new view or you send out that frequency. It's going to come back to you and you're going to be rewarded. It's like their universe is on that reward system with you right now to try to get that ingrained in you, this new way of thinking, to get it ingrained in you to get rid of the old. Okay, it's like going to replace it. Awesome. Okay, so the last pile, that was the bell. Let's see what we have here. Ascension. Six of Wands. Knight of Wands. And Bat Medicine. Okay, so for those of you that chose this pile, you have really been like way deep in this. Let me put it this way. Bat medicine is a very highly transformational medicine. I put it above even snake medicine. Where snake medicine, you go in and you do a lot of shedding and stripping, like a stripping away of illusions for your own healing. Bat medicine is very deep, dark work. And you go in, it's like, I associate this card with initiation into shamanism because it's like you go way down deep to the depth of the earth and you get buried. A lot of initiation processes are like this. You get buried in the earth for X amount of time, and then you the next morning or a couple days later you resurrect out of your own grave and you are rebirthed from the Mother Earth. And it's how you get initiated into a lot of different circles. That's what bat medicine is. It's going so deep in and exploring the spiritual realm so deeply within yourself that you like excavate all the stuff that you have buried within so that when you come out, you are birthed a new person. Those of you that chose this pile, this really was about your ascension. It's an ascension process that you're on, and all of the turmoils that you've been through and are going through possibly right now, it was to get you way down deep within yourself to uncover and bring up all of these old wounds and hurts and things that were really detrimental to your path forward, so it can be like eradicated and released and healed and transformed into something different. Remember, death, burial, and resurrection. There's always a resurrection at the end. You are in your resurrection now. I'm hearing that in the Six of Wands. You're in a resurrection phase where you are, now that Saturn's going direct, you're going to start being able to move forward, and you're going to start being able to be victorious. But don't associate the word victory where how the world would look at that word. It's like you have your own definition of what victorious is, and that's what you're going to be walking in. You're going to come up out of that grave now. You're being rebirthed as a new human, and it's like the light is rising now. The sun is rising, and you're coming out of the darkness up to shine your light. And things are going to be much brighter now, and you're going to see the world in a whole new perspective now. Okay? And you're going to be able to manifest in a different way now, because all of your views have changed, and everything that was stuck, blocked, and cluttering you from moving forward just got purged. And it got purged. For something to get purged, it actually has to come up in front of your face first, and then you get rid of it, because now you're aware of it. So all that awareness came through, and now you're able, like, you're moving on and moving into newness. A lot of you guys had to go back over. You had to backtrack. Okay. You had to go over your decisions you made, because some of them you're like, wow, I should not have done that. I should have not done this. And you had to rework it. Understand why you did what you did, or it's like that through that process you came into a new understanding with yourself. But again, I'm hearing this thing about this victorious energy that's going to push you up out of the grave. So if you win your grave right now, with Saturn going direct, expect a push up out into your resurrection. Things are going to flow a lot more easier, and what's going to happen as Saturn's moving direct more and more, the flow is going to come at a quicker rate, and you're going to be speeding forward. Don't feel like if you have to go back and redo something and do it a different way that it's a failure, because it's not. All this is part of the process. There were so many lessons learned during this like bat phase that you just have to redo certain things with the new spiritual knowledge that you've obtained, the new way you look at yourself, your new transformation. Whoever picked the bell pile, y'all are basically a brand new spiritual being, and you went through this activation and this like initiation so that you can have all of these realizations about yourself. I'm also hearing something about like harmony, harmonious structures, like things are going to become a lot more harmonious now and seem to be going with the flow more. It's just like you really had to go into this place of like feeling so secluded and buried that like, and now it's just like this excitement and this celebration because you're rising from the dead. You're rising from your ashes. You're ascending. And some circumstances may not even change, but the way you view them is changing because of what you just went through. You have a different pair of eyes now, and things just look different. So therefore they are different. Okay? So that's it. That's some heavy stuff. Alright, so that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to try to do these once a week, I think. Probably every Monday. It'll be a good way to like predict your own week or something. Alright, so I will catch you guys next week. Bye.